Hey guys, Karen here. I got married last May, and as part of that ritual, I got extensions put into my hair. When I got married, my hair was like super short, but it made my hair look super long. At any rate, that's not what this is about. I love extensions and I'm never going back to normal, but I'm going to show you how to re-tip I-tip hair extensions, and I did buy some keratin. I discovered today, if it looks like this and it still has the glue on it, you can just take your flat iron, and as you can see, I've been doing this. I got all the goo on there, but you can take your flat iron and put the old piece of hair in there. It kind of sizzles, it makes a sound. See how it's smoking? You put it in there, you pull it flat, pull it through. It's kind of gross. Let it dry a little bit because otherwise you'll burn your fingers. And then you take it and you twist it. But basically you're just twisting. And voila, it's re-tipped. Obviously this doesn't belong on here. Boink. But if your hair already was bonded once, this is super easy, and it maintains the shape of the tip so that it still fits through your bead. You can see it still makes the tip quite nice. Yeah, but it kind of burnt something. It's not quite supposed to look like that, but it's going to be under my hair anyway, so you won't see it. And so, yeah, when mine are falling apart, I just tie them in a knot like that so I don't lose the hair. And then I just, boink, put it back together. I'll trim that with a scissor. Got one more. So this is the one I'm not sure if it will work. It's still a little bit sticky, but it is like really falling apart, as you can see. So pulling it through, melting it, letting it sit for a few, maybe like 10-15 seconds. Really be careful. The other day when I was doing this, my fingers turned bright red. Yeah, this one isn't as good. So lucky you get to see how I use the beads, and they look like these. They're just these teeny tiny little beads. Super easy to use. You just take one bead. So it looks like that. It looks like a little drop of honey. Just a little honey kiss. And you take this. This part you want to be careful. Yeah, that didn't bond at all. I'm glad that I'm doing this. I'm glad I'm having the opportunity to do this. You do not want to touch the flat iron with your fingers. Please be careful. It is super hot. Don't want to burn yourself. Oops. You want to take the honey kiss, the keratin bead with the tweezers. You're going to put it onto your flat iron that you use only for this purpose. You're no longer going to use this flat iron for your hair, people, because it's going to get gunk on it. Just kind of like tap it to heat it up. You're going to take your hair tip that needs to be re-tipped. You're going to put it in between there, kind of squish it down. I'm going to roll it a little bit, and then I like to squeeze it flat and pull it through so it's flat like that. Again, it's really hot right now, so don't touch it. And then you let it dry for a few seconds. It's probably still going to be warm. You don't want it to be cooled down completely, but you want to be able to touch it without burning your fingers, is the moral of that story. So you take it, twist, and it makes it super strong and super bonded. So it's going to look like that. This next step is highly important. You want to be sure that the tip that you created with the keratin will fit through your bead that you're using to attach the faux hair to your real hair. So you want to make sure that it fits. Now this is too tight. There's too much keratin on it. It doesn't fit. So what I like to do is I like to just pull it through, and you're basically going to heat it up again. And you can see the keratin's a little bit globby on the side. It's going to heat it up and pull it off a little bit, and then you're just going to re-tighten it. So instead of putting it in a place where there's keratin, you're just finding a place where there's not anything, and you're just heating it up. And doing what we did with the other one where we just pulled it flat. Letting it cool down just a few seconds so you don't burn your fingers, and then rolling. Oh yeah, this is way better already. I can tell it's not lumpy. But that's the nice thing about the keratin. It's pretty forgiving. Like, you can do it over and over and over and over and over again, and just keep reheating if you need to. And then see how nice and thin that is? It's a little lumpy because, as I said, I didn't clean my thing. But just to check, we're going to take our bead, make sure that it goes through. Oh yeah, people, look. There's room to spare. So basically there's room for this to go in here, and then my natural hair to go in here, and then you crimp it, you clamp it. And so then the last step is you just take all this excess weirdness going on, which is basically hair, and you just go shwink, and look, perfect. It's almost as good as new. I mean, obviously you're not gonna have these burnt chunks on it when it's new, but it looks pretty good. Oh, and you can actually pull some of that burnt stuff off. I've just learned. Learning in public. So yeah, see, it looks, it's pretty swanky. It's fancy appearance. If you can redo it and bring it in, it's like half the price. That might be a lie. Maybe it's like $10 to have it put in with the hair fresh, like buying the hair new, and then maybe it's like $6 or $7 to have it put in if you bring the hair, because I brought the hair last time. But at any rate, and then if you do it yourself, basically I'm saving myself $1,500 because I'm doing my own hair. But it looks amazing, and I'm addicted, and I'm never going back to my real hair. Never, never, never. It's so much better. It's so much better. Look at this. This is luxuriously, amazingly, wonderfully full, long. I look like a rock star. I'm addicted to my faux hair. Don't judge me, just love me. At any rate, do it yourself. You can save yourself like $1,200 because I had to buy these and they were like $300, $400. Yeah, you can fix them yourself. I'm not sure how long they'll last, but if it happens again, you can do it again. I think that's the beauty of the keratin tips. I'm sure there's a quicker way to do this, but I'm just trimming the tops. Good as new. And again, if it falls, and these don't have the keratin beads on them. This was just me reheating the glue. Sorry, I'm so tired and I can't think, but thanks for watching. If you have any questions about hair extensions in general, please feel free to comment. I love hair extensions. I'm addicted to them. I've only been wearing them for, like I said, just over like a year and a half. But I love them. I think they're amazing, and I recommend them to anyone who wants long hair. Guys, girls, doesn't matter. Like, they're amazing. They will change your life if you're into that sort of thing.